No, but does Flatbush have a need for these?
What?
Does Flatbush have a need for some?
I'm sure that you'll find many
No, I'm
sure.
gonna get rid of it. I want to do it.
How would you define what this is?
Abstract art. It's supposed to be abstract, no?
Not really.
No, it's not abstract. What is it? Looks like the universe.
But
Right, when you see Star Trek.
look for one of the new schools, like schools of Massachusetts used to be a school that doesn't have anything. This is a beautiful place. You can live.
Give it to Rabbi Menzosh.
Good morning. Today is Purim in Yerushalayim.
They won't take anything from us.
Let's open Siman Taf Reish Tzadik Vav. It's all the way in the back.
Taf Reish Tzadik Vav.
Nifchet. Remember, we are in places where Purim is celebrated Yudalet. Today is the Tvav. What is the Tvav for us?
Shushan put in.
In the Yishem, which everyone
That's
is
the-
happy,
that's
can
the
have another
Ricard of
coffee,
today.
another cheesecake. But look a second, the Taf Reish Tzadik Vav Siv Gimel first. Taf Reish Tzadik Vav Siv Gimel. Yom Yudaled ויום ט"ו today, אסורים בהספד ותענית לכל אדם בכל מקום. Even to us, for today is only ט"ו, לכל אדם בכל מקום. Look at the Mishnah Berurah it says, כן? It says so far so, look at the Mishnah Berurah's head. ומקום שנהגו שביום השביעי, most communities have it, on the 7th day of אבלות, הולכים על הקבר לקונן, אסור בפורים. אלא אבל לבדו ילך לשם עם חזן אחד ויאמר אשכבה. The son, the doer can go, just to share אשכבה. So this is הספד ותענית. תענית means a private תענית. The person has a problem or was מקבל on himself, whatever, yeah. This is
אפילו תענית חלום, is he starting to say also?
תענית חלום מותר אפילו בשבת, מותר אפילו
אפילו.
of course מותר. So remember, so here as far as Averut, we have
But it would be mutar if it's on your Purim, Rabbi? Like yesterday for us, it would be mutar.
It's mutar and Shabbat. It's mutar and Shabbat. If you know what chalom means, you'll understand why Ta'anit chalom is mutar. Yeah, a kid comes to me, he says to me twice, comes already, it's something happens to his tooth. If you look at the Gemara, this is not a good sign. Okay, but then he says to me, well, I'm grinding my teeth too much. He says, what's your problem? It's because you're grinding your teeth. Most of the chalomot in the Gemara do not apply today, because today
we dream about what we think about.
24/7, your mind is busy with it.
Yeah.
If you live in a village for hundreds of years, everything is calm and quiet, and suddenly out of nowhere you see.
Right.
Look at Seif Chet. Taf Reish Tzadik Vav Seif Chet. מותר לאדם לישא אישה בפורים. Maran did not make a difference between yesterday, the 14th, and the 15th. Now, what's the chidush of that? So before we look at the Mishnah Berurah here, I have, instead of saying all the books here, the Gemara has 4 reasons why on Chol HaMoed Sukkot, Chol HaMoed Pesach, or any holiday you cannot get married. At least, at the beginning of marriage. So the Gemara gives 4 reasons. Reason number 1 is, אין מערבים שמחה בשמחה. It says, ושמחת בחגיך, you'll be busy with your wife. The second one is, not סתם שמחה בשמחה, it's a pasuk, ושמחת בחגיך, בחגיך, ולא באשתך. It's not the same as the first one. Meaning even, the third one is very interesting because you're very busy preparing for a wedding. On Yom Tov, you have an obligation to be busy with the Yom Tov, to be too busy.
Even if you're not doing what, Lisa just means nisu'in. It doesn't mean there has to be a body.
Right, but בזמן הגמרא, the main celebration was the Nisuin. The Kiddushin was nothing in front of two witnesses. Two witnesses.
It was 11 months later.
Right, and 10 people, you're making the brachot.
So Kiddushin is not a problem in any of these.
Right. And then number 4 is very interesting.
There's no bedin,
In
no?
the time of the Gemara, many people would postpone the wedding till the holiday. This way they can save money. Anyway, you have to cook for the holiday. So the Gemara labels it Mishum Bitul.
Wow.
People sometimes didn't have money.
No.
Today we make believe we have the money. Yes, we borrow or the parents are paying.
100%. That's right.
Oh, but so the 4 reasons. So the reason number one, remember, is Ein Ma'arvim Simcha B'Simcha, which means I have to focus on Sukkot, Pesach, Ein Ma'arvim. Second is V'samachta b'chagecha v'lo b'ishtecha. The third one is I have to get too busy. I'm getting too involved. Yes, and I forget about the holiday. And the fourth is
Is the first one Doraita?
What?
Is the first
question.
second Doraita? Is the
I'm
first
sure
one
you heard more
Doraita?
than I'm sure you heard more than one. Because we to bottom design, so open it so right.
Yeah. Oh, wow.
So according to body might katan saying look a second now in Shulchan Aruch. Let's take the 4 reasons and see if it applies to Purim or not. Let's look again. Shulchan Aruch brings Tshuvot HaRashba. Mutar lisa isha bePurim. You are permitted to get married on Purim. Since Shulchan Aruch did not say openly yesterday, Yudalet or Tetvav, it means mutar by both. The Rama wants to make sure that we understand that. Says the Rama, ben b'Yudalet, ben b'Tetvav, yesterday and today. וכל שכן, שמותר לעשות פדיון הבן.
Are you allowed to push that off even? Is that
No,
a
no,
question?
no. It means he לעשות פדיון הבן in celebration. Not that giving the money to the Kohen is not a big deal, but let's look at the Mishnah Berurah a second. Chavchet.
ולא דמה לחג.
ולא דמי לחג. The question really is why not? Why is it mutar? So remember, everything he says here is Tshuvot HaRashba. Dichtiv, in the holidays, Sukkot and Pesach, ושמחת בחגיך, ולא באשתך. מה שאין כן בפורים. What does it mean? It is by a holiday, Pesach and Sukkot, ושמחת בחגיך. Focus on the holiday, ולא באשתך. מה שאין כן בפורים.
It doesn't apply.
No, but why not? Why not?
Purim is not a hag, right?
Oh,
It's
see,
not a
Even
hag.
Shabbat doesn't call it a hag.
He's saying
Purim is not a hag. That's why
he's saying
they
because
tell Hag
Purim-
Sameach. No, it's not Hag Sameach.
See, he's saying because Purim is not the Chag. Open the Chumash, open your
I just found
Chumash.
that out yesterday. My son told me he told somebody Chag Sameach and they corrected him. No, it's not a hag. Purim Sameach.
No, that's for sure.
Yeah,
You
no, so
cannot
But we
say
say
Chag
it in that
Sameach.
context.
I learned it yesterday.
No, I'll explain to you. No. Whoever corrected your son, which he said is correct anyway,
Yeah.
but take out Rambam Korbanot and say, give everyone Korbanot. Then we'll look at the. Remember, in modern Hebrew, the word Chag is a celebration. Yes.
Yeah. But it's
In the Torah, of course, Chag is not a celebration. Chag is Korban Chagiga. Let's look at the Rambam. Zlaim Avodah. Avodah Korbanot. Korbanot. You have a Korbanot? You look a second. Open Rambam, but please, Rani, in Chod Chagiga. Chod Chagiga. Sefer Korbanot.
Which parak?
It's right in the beginning. Right after Pesach, yeah. Pesach is specifically Pesach.
Huh? The first one is called about Pesach, right?
And then the second topic is Chagiga. Shalosh mitzvot
I'm sorry,
nitztavu.
Perashat
בפרק
Chagiga,
א',
Perek Rishon. Aleph.
שלוש מצוות נצטוו ישראל בכל רגל בשלושה רגלים, ואלו הם הראייה, הוקמתי ירושלים, שנאמר יראה כל זכורך, והחגיגה, שנאמר תחוג להשם אלוקיך, והשמחה, שנאמר ושמחת בחגיך. הראייה, we know what ראייה is, שיראה פניו באזהרה ביום טוב הראשון של חג, in addition ויביא עמו קורבן עולה, בין מן העוף בין מן הבהמה. Okay, skip the rest of focusing on קורבן עולה. A few lines further, in the Rambam you have in front of you, turn the page, the first line on top. Joseph, today is the Tzav, so we're learning the halachot that pertain to the Tzav to us. החגיגה האמורה בתורה הוא שלמים ביום טוב הראשון של חג. So the name חג הפסח means קורבן that you bring on חג הפסח, name שלמים, yes? שיקריב שלמים ביום טוב הראשון של חג כשיבוא להיראות.
Shlamim is for you to eat, right?
Shlamim is mainly for you, mainly.
Everybody gets. Everybody gets.
Yes, right. Rashi says in Chumash, every korban is something to Hashem, but it's mainly to you. Some is for the Mizbeach, some is for the Kohanim.
Same thing with Chagiga.
Chagiga is Shlamim.
Oh, that is the Shlamim? So what's the third one?
They call it
החגיגה אמורה בתורה היא שיקריב שלמים ביום טוב הראשון של חג כשיבוא להיראות. Skip 2 lines. So the reason why we don't say Chag Chanukah, there's no Chag Purim, there's no Chag Atzmaut, Chagiga is only one word is Chag. It's Korban Chag. This is exactly the point. This is exactly the point. ממש ככה. שנות ה-50, this is exactly what it is. No, but he's right, this is exactly
Correction noted.
Now, what is ושמחת בחגיך? Now, ושמחת. Remember, we spoke about, I have to come. I have to bring עולת ראייה. This is a private korban only to מזבח. Then שלמים, then השמחה האמורה ברגלים הוא שיקריב שלמים יתר על שלמי חגיגה. We said yesterday with 15 adults, 12 adults, one korban is not enough. So you have to bring in addition. If you have enough with the korban that you have, it's fine. שיקריב שלמים יתר על שלמי חגיגה, ואלו הם הנקראים שלמי שמחה. So here you have שלמי חגיגה. חגיגה is korban חגיגה שלמים. If you have a lot of people, ואלו שלמי שנאמר וזבחת שלמים ואכלת שם ושמחת לפני השם, ונשים חייבות במצווה הזאת. So there's no Chag Purim, there's no Chag Chanukah, because Chag is the Chagiga of Pesach. Chagiga of...
When he says Nashim Chayavot b'mitzvah zu, he's talking about the Simcha part or all three?
Since you have the Rambam in front of you, look at the Ravid here, the Ravid is addressing right away your concern. אמר אברהם לא בקורבן, אלא בשמחה. תשמח עם בעלה שתעלה עמו והוא ישמח אותה.
But it says already the ladies are not hayav to go, so how are you mixing it?
Listen, since I told them to look at the Ravid, look at your Ravid is the same as he had. לא בקורבן, אלא בשמחה שתשמח עם בעלה שתעלה עמו והוא ישמח אותה. It's a מחלוקת in the Gemara. The Rambam says she doesn't have any chiyuv.
Right.
She is obligated as part of the family to be together. The celebration of the family is simcha. The Rambam obviously disagrees completely. It's a famous machloket Rambam Ravid. It's a machloket in the Gemara between Abaye and Rava.
So what's the chiyuv of a wife? There's no husband, passed away, whatever. She has a family.
According to the Ravid, she stays home. She watches TV. No, I mean, she doesn't have any chiyuv.
No chiyuv to allow her to have a great yell. She has nothing.
It's mitzvah. It's mitzvah. Either you're saying, my wife will say, Baruch Hashem, I'm staying home. And you say she gets nothing. If you're a liberal, you say you get nothing because you're a woman. Otherwise, you say stay home. The question is, Eli, does she have a mitzvah to come with
She
her
obligated
kids?
now.
Your father
But
is
Chinuch,
gone.
maybe
Is
should
she
bring the kids.
obligated to come with her kids? It's also part of
No,
the.
but even the Ravad says she should samach
Yeah,
too as
yeah,
her husband, not her
yeah,
kids.
yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
But anyway, it's a famous machloket Rambam. It's a machloket Gemara. Is there a mitzvah? And Nafka Mina Eli. A woman forgets to say Alev Yavu on the first day of Pesach or Sukkot. She has an obligation or not. Why are we obligated to eat bread? But this is not for now. This is for Yom Tov. Kivega wants to say she's patur because
There's no obligation.
the question is it part of Simcha or Kavod or Oneg? Right. Let's go back now. So there's no
So it's not a hag.
Chagiga. There's no Chag. Let's go now to the Megillah again.
Yeah, but so really from the Torah, there's only 3 hags.
This
The
is-
Shalosh Regalim.
Right.
Oh,
So
but what
even
about
Rosh
Rosh
Hashanah,
Hashanah?
even
Rosh Hashanah, there's no Korban Shlamim, there's no mitzvah to come
Right,
Yom
there's
Yom
no-
Kippur, there's
Hag-
no
We
mitzvah.
don't say Chag, even Hag Sameach.
This
We
is
don't say that.
see, like this is the point now. You don't say Chag Rosh Hashanah, yes?
No, you don't
There's
say
no,
Chag
there's no,
Sameach
there's
then.
no Korban, there's no Chagiga. If you remember, what do you say in the Machzor? V'titen lanu Hashem Elokeinu. יום הזיכרון הזה, יום הזיכרון הזה, יום הכיפורים הזה, כן?
Right, not Chag, so-
So
Okay.
with Purim, so with Samach to the hand. Hey,
So
guys,
let's
doesn't
go
apply.
now.
It doesn't apply. It's not a
Let's
hag.
go now, why whoever told you Chag Sameach, what you said meant, but let's see what it really means. Come.
So you would not even say on Rosh Hashanah, you would not say that. Chag
Okay,
Sameach.
so the nafkamina is the chiyuv simcha or not. This is, okay, let's look a second, let's look a second. A second, Elaine.
Listen, tell everybody should not
So
go anyway.
meaning the time of the Beit HaMikdash, there's no hayub to go to.
Look a second, right, this is
No,
the main
what's
point.
Simcha? Not we say okay, drink or whatever, but the Simcha goes there
Now,
because you have to go to Yerushalayim.
Look
you
a
have to-
second on page 1261. 1261,
You
if
don't
you
have
have
that on Shabbat.
the last page. Let's say Pasuk Chav, 1261.
Where you holding now in Esther?
Megillat Esther. One chapter before the end. ויכתוב מרדכי את הדברים האלה, וישלח ספרים על כל היהודים אשר בכל מדינות המלך אחשוורוש, הקרובים והרחוקים. You realize it sounds like the Megillah is repetitive, but the point is everyone celebrated that time. It took a long time till the Sanhedrin decided, are we making a new holiday now or not? The Gemara in Megillah says that it was not so pashut. לקיים עליהם, let's see the definition of yesterday and today in ירושלים. לקיים עליהם להיות עושים את יום 14 לחודש אדר, את יום 15 בו בכל שנה ושנה, קיימים אשר נחו בהם היהודים אויביהם. Remember, everywhere were fighting on the 13th. This is everywhere. In Shushan they fought 14
Also.
and 13 and they rested on 15. The day that they rested is our Purim. Yes.
Because she asked for another day.
Kayamim. By the way, she was asking for another day. You want to hear something? Rabbi Miller said it in print. It's in print 50 years ago. Listen now, it's as if he's saying it today.
Yeah.
Look a second.
So nobody asked for a ceasefire.
Look a second. Look a second. Where is it? He said, Esther. Also, you did realize, yes, that Esther is not satisfied for obvious reason. Amman is gone, but the decree can never be changed. She falls down and she says, now, it took till Chodesh Sivan. No one realized.
Some people still fast in them. There's some people
Sivan.
that have a.
And if you ever said 23rd of Sivan, look a
It
second.
says that's the month. That's when they finally got the.
Look a second. Larry, look at Perek Chet. Go to page 1258. ותוסף אסתר, ותדבר לפני המלך, ותיפול לפני רגליו. This is a queen. ותיפול לפני רגליו, ותב, she's crying. ותתחנן, she's begging. להעביר את רעת המן האגגי ואת מחשבתו. He is dead. But the decree is there. ויושת המלך לאסתר את שרביט. I mean, it's amazing to think this is your wife. Now you know that she's royal. ממש. ממש. ותקם אסתר ותעמוד לפני רגליו, ותאמר she's using the same language. אם על המלך טוב, אם מצאתי חן לפניו וכשר הדבר לפני המלך, וטובה אני בעיניו, she's making, ייכתב להשיב את הספרים, הספרים, הדר, מחשבת המן בן עמדת האגגי אשר כתב לאבד את היהודים אשר הוא אומר, כי הכך אוכל וראיתי, please listen carefully, ברעה אשר אמצא את עמי, she says, I'm saying, but my people.
So she didn't know the rule that once something is written, you can't take it back. No, but she's saying lahashiv. So she knew it.
She's unaware, I guess, so much. ויאמר המלך אחשוורוש, look carefully to פסוק ז'. ויאמר המלך אחשוורוש לאסתר המלכה על מרדכי יהודי. You realize he's not listening even. הנה בית המן נתתי לאסתר, ואותו תעלו על העץ. ואתם כתבו על היהודים כתוב בעיניכם, which means I gave over my ring to Mordechai. You can write whatever you want, but I can never ever, I cannot. This did not change. ואתם כתבו על היהודים כתוב בעיניכם בשם המלך, וחתמו בטבעת המלך. כי כתב שנכתב בשם המלך ונחתום בטבעת, אין להשיב, there's nothing. ויקראו סופרי המלך בעת ההיא, בחודש השלישי הוא חודש סיוון, ב23 יום, וייכתב ככל אשר ציווה מרדכי על היהודים. What can Mordechai do? I mean, yes, remember, you need a brilliant lawyer to bypass. Yeah. Says the Ibn Ezra, that Mordechai is writing to them. When the king wrote, cannot change, but Aman, when he sent you the message, changed everything. Why? Ikatev le'abdam. Abdam is ba'ayin. Says when Aman saw this plan,
the Abdam is to wake them work.
Mordechai is writing to them. When Haman got permission, is Ikatev le'abdam with an ayin. He wrote, and therefore you have the right to defend yourself. See, he explains also why was he hung? He was hung up because he took his power to him. Otherwise, there was no way to do it. There's no way to do it.
The way that they explained it, there was 2 letters that went out, correct? There was a letter that went to the governors, let's say, and then there was the regular letter didn't say anything. It just said get ready for the 13th of Adar. So I mean, they don't know what was going on. Hamon Am didn't know what was going on.
Now look a second. Look a second. What happens now? Look a second. What happens now?
He changed the million laws of Hashverosh. Why this law he couldn't change?
Okay,
he changed everything. I mean,
if you think about it, it's very smart. In this country, you have what do you have in this country that no one can change always? Constitution.
Oh, they're changing it, but they change it. They change it a million times.
But this is very dangerous. Every country, every country needs a constitution. Otherwise, it doesn't work. Otherwise, every government.
That's the problem they tell you in Israel. There's no.
No, but this is why the Supreme Court in Israel took too much power.
When there's a void, when there's a vacuum, it gets filled.
Now look now in 1260. 1260. By you now you look a second. This is the country in the world that has the power that the Supreme Court took to himself.
Well, in Israel, you say.
Yeah.
There is a country in the world they like to imitate America.
And now making it right is like you're taking it back.
Now, in America, it's the exact opposite. There's a Congress. ככה זה מה זה. ויאמר, look at פסוק י"ב, ויאמר הוא פסוק י"א, page 1260, right after 10 בני עמר, Larry, listen carefully to the פסוק. ויאמר הוא בא מספר ההרוגים בשושן הבירה לפני המלך. Is it a number? ויאמר המלך לאסתר המלכה, בשושן הבירה הרגו היהודים והבית 500 איש. Remember, this is on the 14th. What is the meaning of the next sentence? ואת 10 בני עמן, נקרא also, בשאר מדינות המלך נעשו. מה פירוש? אין איזה משפט. Hear this? I have a number here, Shushan. Aseret bnei Aman Agan. What does it mean? ובשאר מדינות המלך מעשו. Hear this? Says the rabbi, who knows how many goyim were killed? Hear this? Achashverosh is afraid. Yeah? How many goyim are killed in Gaza? How many are killed in Ukraine? How many? Suddenly you're worried. Yesterday you sat in a party and you signed to annihilate a nation. Who knows how many were killed? Here I know. Statistically, if here 500, who knows how many are killed?
But the Jews are
Rabbi, wasn't there many killed that day?
And then he was saying, when he said it, look at you over there. Yes, I
was reading Rabbi Miller's take on Purim yesterday. He writes, when the Goyim are killing Jews, they never count. They don't care. But when the Goyim kill the Jews kill the Goyim, they count.
Yeah.
But the goyim kill the
And
goyim, they don't
Rabbi,
care.
where'd they kill? Rabbi, the 75,000.
killed in Africa.
They don't
Wait,
care.
say the
They
word.
kill each other more than anyone.
Syria, how many
Rabbi, the 75,000 that were killed. Where was it? Where was it in relevance to Shushan?
The 127, and the way the Targum Shani says, those are from a Amalek background, yes?
Does anybody say anything about this?
But they were far away, right? Rabbi, they were far away. They were not close by.
No, but Achashverosh is telling Esther, here I have a count, 500.
Yeah.
Of Haman. Who knows how many were
more?
killed? What are you worried about? What are you worried? You are willing to annihilate a nation, men, women, and children. You are afraid how many? 500 is nothing. If the Jews are out to kill, they could have killed whatever they want. Or the competitors, what? מה השם?
מה זה המדעת?
לא יודע, אני חושב לא יודע. I mean,
מדי? what do you mean המדעת?
no, שוב, בין המדעת, המן, בין המדעת, it's a name.
But it means that they got.
Go now to the next page. Go to the next page. Let's read again now. Mordechai is writing, yes? This is the pasuk that we celebrate every year here. Pasuk Chavet. Lekayem alehem, every Jewish community every year, kayamim asher nachu bahem haYehudim oyevehem, ve'achodesh asher ne'epach lahem misasson lesimcha u'me'ever yom tov. This is the source of the Yerushalmi. If someone cannot read the Megillah and Purim, we should read it from the beginning of Chodesh Adar. לעשות אותם רני ימי, מה זה ימי? שימו למילים, ימי משתה ושמחה. So what is the difference between the simcha that we have in Pesach, Shavuot, Sukkot, as a holiday, ימי משתה ושמחה? So now let's go back. A man cannot get married. Let's go back to the Shulchan Aruch now.
It's 2 days.
A man cannot get married on Chol HaMoed, Pesach, Sukkot. We gave 4 reasons. You summarized very good. אין מערבים שמחה בשמחה. Second one, ושמחת בחגיך ולא באשתך. The third one is you get too involved, too busy. And the fourth one is you might postpone your wedding to Pesach or Sukkot to save money, and we want you to get married right away. So let's see which one of the 4 apply to Purim or not. Let's go back now to the Mishnah Berurah. Shulchan Aruch says Joseph mutar lisa isha b'Purim. It's mutar. Says Mishnah Berurah. Velo dami lechag. Unlike Pesach and Sukkot, again. תר"ש צדיק ו' משנה ברורה, תר"ש צדיק ו' משנה ברורה 28, הכתיב ושמחת בחגיך ולא באשתך. מה שאין כן בפורים. Okay? Now, he took one reason, one of the 4, and he says that this one of the 4 doesn't apply to Purim. Why? ושמחת בחגיך ולא באשתך. How about Purim? Listen carefully. So I'm reading you now from the Rama. The Rama wrote a sefer called Darkei Moshe. Darkei Moshe is commentary on the two. The same as the Bet Yosef.
So I ask you if it was, can you marry someone on Rosh Hashanah, then if it's not a Chag, if you're not worried about the.
We'll see in a minute. See in a minute the Rambam. Just wait a second. Listen to the Rama. The Kolbo is one of the early Rishonim. It's not sure can you get married on Purim or not. Says the Rama, Bani Omer, even though the Kolbo is a Rishon, let me write what I think. Ve'af, listen to the Rama. This is in Europe 450 years ago. ואף כי שמעתי מזקנים שראו מעשה שהיו נישואים בפורים. This got married in Purim. Some Zalman Auerbach got married in Purim exactly for the same reason that we saw before. They didn't have any money, neither, it's very they made a million. What?
We ever have weddings here?
Purim?
No.
No.
In Yerushalayim in the 19th century, 20th century, they used to get married Friday.
Exactly,
Yeah.
Friday afternoon,
Yeah.
exactly.
So they would have the
For the
Shabbat.
exact same
Shabbat
reason,
meal.
the exact same reason, because anyway, prepare for Shabbat, you make it a little
So we
bigger.
don't have to because nobody books it, or we're not allowed to book it.
Must
What
be
happens
cheap,
in
you
the
get a
shows that
deal on
policy?
it.
Most people would not.
We need the room to have a minyan.
Oh.
ואומר אני, says the Rama,
You'd book it. I would book it. I'd book it in a heartbeat.
listen, ואומר,
I charge him
ואומר,
something
says the Rama ואומר, כי לא שייך עירוב שמחה בשמחה בפורים, ולגבי רגלים, listen good now,
גלים.
ושמחת בחגיך ולא באשתך, ובפורים לא כתיב רק בשתה
משתה.
בשמחה,
Only-
ובכל מאי דמשמח סגל.
anything that makes you
It's not
happy is
the
good.
day is a day of happiness. You have to be in
You
a
want you
happy
to be
mood.
happy.
If you are happy with your wife, it's fine. If you're happy with the wine, it's also fine. If you're happy with your whiskey, it's also fine.
I'm holding back.
You have to be in a simcha.
Being recorded.
Yeah, I'm holding back.
I told my wife once,
That's
I'll
right.
give you once to listen to the recording.
They're on a
Can we
Sunday.
pick which one of them?
This is why you have to be very careful.
It's like in the deal in the Godfather. I'm gonna let talk to you one time. I'll let you answer about my business.
And then he
Did you? He
lies.
said, no.
No, that was the best line, because
No,
then he
no.
lies.
No, but you understand what he's saying? He's saying you have to be in a mood, in a happy mood. If your wife is the one, it makes you happy. Says the Rama, what's the problem?
It's
Shema
obvious.
Tov.
Happy
Yeah.
wife, happy
The
life, happy
Pesach,
wife.
no, but here we say, the Pesach and so-called Yemei, the day has to provide the simcha.
Yeah.
If you bring your wife, it's not the Yemei. Here he says it's a gavra. I mean, in our languages, here the gavra has to be in a happy mood. So whatever brings it, yes, the meal, the friends, the jokes. Oh,
It depends.
so look a second further, look at the Mishnah Berurah further. והמגן אברהם כתב ויעשה חופה ביום י"ג והסעודה בערב. Most Ashkenazim don't follow it, neither the Sfaradim, which means legally
On the
it's
fast day?
okay. He said the חופה, החופה ביום י"ג והסעודה בערב. ועיין בשערי תשובה, this is written in Europe, שכתב שבמדינות אלו, שבמדינות אלו פשט המנהג להיתר כדעת השולחן ערוך. פשט המנהג להיתר, so here is the question is, he took care on the reason of ושמחת בחגיך ולא באשתך. How about אין מערבים שמחה בשמחה? It's a big problem. אין
Because it
מערבים.
is some kind also.
Right, but didn't he answer that problem when he said the thing is to be happy? So you're not adding.
Right.
You answered that question
given,
with
it's
the
a
other
given.
answer.
Said Pesach and Sukkot, the day has to make you happy. I have a wife, so I'm mixing the two. Here is another vehicle to
To get
bring
right,
it.
it's a vehicle to get to this.
Look, it's a fascinating language of the Rama.
Subtle.
It says the mitzvah is on me to be happy.
The mitzvah on Sukkot on
No,
Chol,
okay.
just like
It's a
Yom Tov.
take now Rambam's money. Take Rambam's money.
But what's the rush to get married?
Larry, me and
I'm not saying that, I'm not saying that funny. I'm saying, I'm not understanding. There were 300 other days that you want to get married. What's Brent, that you had to get married in Purim? I understand the funeral, Mela, because there's a funeral and that happens. But what's the rush to get married then? Why can't you get until you?
He means like, what's
You
one
wanna
more
make
day?
a
but I'm
mitzvah,
telling
it's a
you-
mitzvah, it's a big mitzvah, right?
I'm telling you again, we have no clue what being poor means. What being poor means.
Oh,
No,
sorry.
this one doesn't help, Rabbi. The Sudan, the night of Purim doesn't say.
On
anything.
any,
That's all it's there.
it's right. Sammy is right. Sammy says anyway, there's no meal.
Yeah, there's no
But
benefit.
this is why the issue
got
is
married the other day.
ביום.
No,
They
it's about you
לא, לא,
guys.
זה מה שהוא מציע, אז הוא אומר, anyway, the meal is not the yom. Open הלכות, look at the Rambam, what the Rambam talks about Hallel, okay? Look at הלכות חנוכה, ספר זמנים, הלכות חנוכה all the way at the end, here I go back to ראש השנה here. חנוכה. The Rambam shows to talk about Hallel. Megillah is there, Chanukah is before.
After Megillah.
The end.
זה מעניין מאוד. שולחן ערוך ends with מגילה, שולחן ערוך ends מגילה, why? Because he wants to end with something שמח מאוד.
Oh, nice.
No, this is the way he
And
ends.
this is chronological.
Sure,
This is the way the year
the
goes.
Rambam is the Rambam. So look a second what he says.
But Hanukkah is also happy. I mean, you could have done Hanukkah too.
No, give me a second. He has a chapter.
Perek Gimel usually.
Perek
Perek Gimel like halacha.
He said, "Balach haba." ולא הלל של חנוכה בלבד הוא שמדברי סופרים, אלא קריאת הלל לעולם מדברי סופרים בכל הימים שגומרים בהם את ההלל. Please listen to it. 18 יום בשנה, 18 days in Israel, מצווה לגמור בהם את ההלל, 8 ימי החג סוכות, 8 ימי חנוכה is 16, ראשון של פסח ושבועות is 18. He realized, אבל ראש השנה ביום הכיפורים אין בהם הלל, listen carefully of the Rambam in one word, לפי שהם ימי תשובה ויראה, אבל לא ימי שמחה יתרה. What does it
So
say?
Yetera is the question. Yetera.
הרמב"ם openly says that
It
there
is
is שמחה.
simcha. It's a given.
שמחה יתרה.
Yeah,
You have a chiyuv to eat on Rosh Hashanah. You
This
have
is
that.
it.
It's,
You have the chiyuv to eat.
Basar v'yayin, just like any other. That's what I
See,
thought.
it's a
Yeah,
very
it's additional.
fine line.
Wait a minute. Why do you have simcha of wine and food if it's not if we just said Rosh Hashanah is not a chag?
Right, so- but this is the point.
That's a vehicle.
The food is the way the
vehicle.
Rav of
It's a
Brisk
means
said
to
it,
have.
the meat and the wine makes me, the person, happy. Yeah, but the mitzvah is to be happy with the day. ולא תקנו הלל בפורים, שקריאת המגילה,
Right.
קריאת המגילה היא ההלל. This is the point. So the Rambam is putting
It gives you the ingredient.
ראש השנה and Purim for them. So the Rambam is hinting that the Yamim is Yamei Simcha, but a difference.
So the same rules would apply. You can't get married on Rosh Hashanah.
correct. And now on Rosh Hashanah and Pesach Shavuot Sukkot, there's another reason. The Mishnah says in Betzah, marriage is a kinyan. You cannot make a kinyan on Yom Tov. We're talking about Chol HaMoed. Ein ma'avim simcha v'simcha is on your Chol HaMoed where you're permitted to do such melachot. There's no issue kinyan.
Right.
So the holiday itself anyway is a issue the Rabbanan of kinyan. This is Mishnah. The issue the Oraita, Ein ma'avim simcha v'simcha is on Chol HaMoed. Have a nice day. Tomorrow we go back to.
Rabbi,
So, yes.
this costume won the best costume yesterday.
Beautiful.
Why is it?
He's doing it.
I sent it to Joel. Flatbush went down a lot since that.
Joel has a kick out of the shoe. It's good.
Let me see that sound. Rabbi, this goes back.
Now we can. Now it's really over. Yeah.
You heard it, is it?
What?
I know. I was
Yeah.
at a
They came
board
out
meeting.
the new tuition rates.
Yeah, yeah, yeah.
They went up.
Not
Full
10%.
full 10%.
Who went up 10%?
But the